Hello, this is Michael Pierce, also known as the Celestial Ronin, and I'm just going to read a little something for you. I just want to see if we can't compare that to a little someone that we know. One of the greatest conquerors the galaxy has ever seen. He is a mentalic who has the ability to reach into the minds of others and adjust their emotions, individually or in mass, using his capability to conscript individuals to his cause. Not direct mind control per se. It is the subtle influence of the subconscious. Individuals under the Mule's influence behave otherwise normal, logic, memories, and personality intact. The Mule establishes his empire incrementally, using past conquests to aid new ones. First by mentally converting a pirate band to his allegiance, then a whole planet, then a military powerful kingdom of Caligan, which he obtains by mentally converting the warlord of the planet Caligan, and then the Foundation itself. So what I just read to you was the Wikipedia, like some of the parts of that verbatim, for a character from Isaac Asimov's Foundation series, specifically Foundation and the Empire. This character has some similarities to Jar Jar Binks, or what we see from Darth Jar Jar. What's interesting about this is that a lot of Isaac Asimov seems to be present in a lot of other comparisons within Star Wars. And if so, I like to draw some of those lines a little bit more clear. Because if it is so, then the story of Jar Jar Binks as the Mule is incomplete. So let's start first with what the Foundation is. So the Foundation series has this premise where a mathematician a long time ago comes up with this idea of predicting the future, and with that idea, he saw a collapse of basically galactic civilization, and he kind of came up with this method that if there was a way to restart an empire, then it would be the best case scenario for basically people that had spread across the galaxy at that time. So he set up what he called the Foundation, basically a foundation of a new empire. And with that, he predicted how people would act and basically provided everything that foundation would need to reestablish that empire. So if we were to compare that directly to Star Wars, what is that foundation? This kind of what the foundation of an empire. In the prequels, we can definitely see that's the Jedi Order. The Jedi Order is kind of like the mortar that keeps the bricks of the planet's Senate together. Without their enforcement, there is no galactic there's no republic. And so we see, if we then compare the Mule to Jar Jar, we see Jar Jar's climb, where he first joins a band of these two Jedi and a queen and this little band of people going across the galaxy, where he's able to establish himself in Coruscant, convinces the queen to go back to Naboo to raise the Gungan army. He gets in charge of the Gungan army. With that notoriety, he becomes a junior senator in the Galactic Senate, and from there a senior senator, and then from there hands over the Senate, the Republic, to Palpatine to establish the Empire, where he likely may have sat as Palpatine's right hand for quite some time, or someone working in the background. So with that, if that's the idea of that first premise, now there's more to this of Mule's conquest. Mule kind of establishes a very fast empire very quickly, but then goes on a long hiatus of where that empire plateaus. Maybe that plateau is what we see through episodes 4 and 6, where we just like the Emperor's just doing his thing across the galaxy, building Death Stars. But then as soon as they become aware of Luke, suddenly there seems to be a change of plan about how the Empire operates. In Isaac Asimov's Foundation series, the Mule is scared to death of what they call the Second Foundation. So apparently that mathematician in the past set up multiple of these foundations for future galactic empires. The second one was a lot different, and it represented more of a, I don't know if you really want to call it a spiritual coming, but it definitely was less focused on the physical aspects of building a foundation for a new empire, and more on the intelligence, the mentality, and people with the same ability as the Mule to influence the minds of others. Now, if we were compared this to Star Wars, that second foundation very well could be Luke Skywalker. So, with that in mind, perhaps we'll see a continuation of that story. If Darth Jar Jar is not Snoke, it kind of means the end of this parallel, meaning that the story doesn't continue. This might be a hint to why Jar Jar needs to be Snoke, if the comparison to Isaac Asimov were to remain true. No other character makes a good match for the Mule in the series, but we have other examples that may show that there are better examples of, not better examples, but different characters in the Foundation series that we find in Star Wars. I talked about that in another video, especially when it talks about why did Han not have to shoot first, or why did George Lucas change it to where Han didn't shoot first. So Han shot first. Anyway, I think there's a direct connection to the Foundation series for that answer, and I'll talk to you about it next time. Have a good one.